Hey guys, so today I was at work and I'm like, what should I create for them? And honestly, I came across an Instagram post and I'm like, this is perfect. I think they'll like this look. So here we are, and I'm gonna teach you guys on how to create it. I started off using this NARS concealer, which I've been loving lately, and I'm just packing it onto the eye just as a base. So I'm going to use my current favorite eyeshadow palette. This is by Laroc Cosmetics. It's the artistry book. And this color, it's called Musk. It's literally my favorite color right now. It's just like the perfect brown. And I'm just applying that color all into the crease, just fluffing it in and making sure it's blended into that base. Honestly, if you're a makeup artist, you definitely need this palette in your kit. There's so many different colors in there. And then I'm using this color. It's called Manchester. It's from that new P.Louise palette. I forgot what the palette is called, but I'm just using a fluffy brush. I think this is the Morphe M507 brush. And I'm just picking up that dark shade and applying it right on top of that first, the transition shade. So I'm just going to go right above it and make it really dark. And then just kind of go back and forth with those colors to blend it out. So next up, I'm using that same NARS concealer on a flat concealer brush, and I'm just going to cut the whole crease with this and just take my time, make sure it's a straight line, and it looks really good. While recording this, I didn't know it was like focusing on my hand and not the eye, so that was really frustrating. And then what I did is I went ahead and picked up that same shade from that artistry book palette by Laroc Cosmetics. It's called Musk, and I applied it on the outer corner of the eye just to blend that eyeshadow into the concealer. So using the same palette, I'm just going to pick up this shade. It's called Ghost, and apply it right on top of that concealer. And then once I'm done doing that, I'm going to use my Urban Decay glitter liner in the shade Midnight. I believe it's Midnight Cowboy, and I'm just going to go right on top of where I cut that crease and apply this glitter. And there you have it. It looks amazing. For foundation, I'm going to use my current favorite. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Just apply it all over the face. Yeah, I know I apply a lot of foundation, but that's just my technique. That's how I do it. My clients are normally going out to like parties and they need their foundation to be full coverage, and with this foundation, the Estee Lauder, it's not really full coverage. It's more, it's way lighter. So normally I would use like Huda Beauty, which is like full thick coverage, which I love, and so do my clients. But lately I've been gravitating to this Estee Lauder. So I'm just applying it all over the face. If you noticed, it kind of went into the eyebrow, which I'm not too worried about because I can just pick up my brow pencil and clean that up. The brush I'm using, I believe it is actually by Peaches and Cream. I don't remember the number, guys, but I will find out and I'll leave it in the description. And then you just want to kind of push that product into the skin, try to make it look really nice. And then once I'm done using my brush, I definitely go in with my beauty blender and blend it all out. And then for concealer, I'm using the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. The brush I'm using is by Morphe. It's the M224. I also love using this for eye base. You know, when I'm applying the eye base and I'm shaping out the eyebrows. It's a beautiful, perfect flat concealer brush. It's so cheap. It's so affordable. You guys need it in your kit. When I did get it, when I first initially purchased this brush, it was like it had a lot of hair on it. So what I did is I just took a scissor to it and I kind of cut the hair, like I took a lot of it off just because I wanted it to be thinner. But yeah, give it a shot and you guys will see it works really well. And if you guys want a video or like a tutorial on how I cut my brushes, let me know and I'll do that. And then of course you want to use your beauty blender to blend all this out. This is a really thick foundation, so just make sure you're blending it out really well into the foundation and there's no harsh lines. And make sure your beauty blender is wet, because I get asked, a lot of people are like surprised when I tell them I wet my beauty blender. I don't know if a lot of people know to do that, but I just wanted to let you guys know, because if you have a really hard beauty blender and it's not wet, you're gonna have a hard time blending it. And then I'm going to set the under eye using this Huda Beauty powder in the shade Pound Cake. And then the brush I'm using is by MAC. I don't remember exactly the number, but honestly, you guys, any under eye brush will do. You don't need like a special brush to apply powder and then dust it off. So yeah. And then next up, I'm going to use this Morphe bronzer. I've never used it before. My first time, as you can tell. It's in the shade Megastar. I just saw it online and I'm like, it looks really cute. So I tested it out today and I mean, I liked it. I'm not completely in love. As you can tell, look what it did to the forehead. It's kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like it's not as blendable as my MAC bronzer is. I feel like it became blotchy and I literally was sitting there for quite a while just to blend this out. I was going back and forth between translucent powder and then the bronzer. So yeah. And then what happened was, you guys, I ran out of memory card on my camera. I was so mad. And then I had to stop. Thank God I realized, I ran out of memory. So I just picked up my phone and I started recording from my phone. That's why you guys see the different color, like transition color from my camera to my phone. So yeah, I applied that bronzer on her face, and then the blush I used was by MAC. It's in the shade Peaches. And then the lip liner I'm using right now is by Morphe in the shade Scarlet. And then once I'm done applying the lip liner, I went in with Hot Shot, again by Morphe. And I'm just applying this all over her lips. But for her under eye, I think the only part you guys missed was the under eye when I blended that out. Honestly, whatever I used on the top, those colors I used on the top, I just ended up using it on the bottom with like a smudger brush, and I just smudged it all over. And then I applied mascara. So that's the only part that you guys really did miss. And this is the final look, you guys. I was like obsessed. It looks so beautiful on her face. She looks flawless. But if you guys end up recreating this, please tag me. I'd love to see. Again, thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and I hope you guys learned something new today. Bye.